Welcome to episode 5 of Rags to Riches podcast. Today we've got some very, very special guests. I know I say that every time, but this is truly special. These are local lads. You've probably heard of the Turonis, if you're from the Midlands anyway. Pretty much everything that you fucking throw away, these guys turn into gold, literally. We've got Harry and Rich. Thanks for coming on. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Right, we'll just get straight into it. So, for people who don't know you, just tell us a little bit about where you are today, and then we're going to go right the way back.
What's that?
Well, we run a recycling firm in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Been there for nearly 70 years. We do a fantastic
You've been
job.
there 70 years?
The family, yes.
Family name, yeah.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
No, yeah.
Who's older?
Fucking, you can't, nah.
You've had my day, thank you very much.
Who's older? You're older?
No, I'm a fucking man. Do I look older? Is that a serious thing?
No, you look older.
Thank God.
Only by 2 years.
Oh, really? You can tell he's got fucking, needs to get some Botox, man.
Thanks, man.
Really?
Yeah, 36, 24.
27? What the fuck?
Nah, you do only look like you've got about a year between you, I'm being honest.
Thanks, man.
Right, I'm off. I'm absolutely fucking really worried about that.
So yeah, 70 years. The Turoni name carries a lot of weight, literally.
Yeah, but we just provide a service, all scrap recycling needs and waste, and we you guys. We'll really give you a good deal.
You make good money out of it.
We try, yeah. Some weeks we get to pay the bills, some weeks we don't.
Yeah.
We try.
And have you guys always been like known out there in the community, or are you two like the first to bring it on social media?
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
Social media, we've only been trying to do it like 18 months, haven't we?
Well, it's all down to Harry, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you popping up on videos. Used to be a bit chubby at it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. No, I got into it really when I first met like Justin.
Yeah.
And that was probably about 2017ish when there was a massive car scene.
Yeah.
Do you remember when like Lord of the Lane used to do all the meets and all that sort of stuff? So I met a lot of people through that, like Lenny the Geezer, or that's what he used to be called, and now he's like Lenny Urban.
Oh, the geezer with the beard.
And from Urban Automotive,
Yeah.
right? So friends with him. We've done loads with him haven't we, over the years. Then met people like Justin, met Lord of the Lane. Actually filmed. Me and Lenny actually filmed a YouTube episode with the Liam.
Is he actually a lord?
I think it's the same as me calling myself the Scrap King, isn't it?
I suppose, yeah.
Just called.
I'm a king as well.
And then just met a lot of people that way. Like met Yanamais a few times, people like that. And that car scene itself opened up social media to me, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Not saying the biggest.
People use cars a lot, don't they, for like getting out there, because it seems to be like the most popular thing.
One, they're expensive, and two, everybody likes them.
Yeah.
Like it just draws eyes, doesn't it?
Yeah. You had like was it like some 1940s Cadillac or
I had a
something?
1969 Mustang.
That's sick. Have you still got it?
Nah, I sold it this year actually.
How come?
Because I am a useless mechanic, cannot do anything, and I bought an old car that was sick, and I loved it. And when I used it a lot, it was fine. And then I moved house, busy time of year, winter, parked it up, went to drive it, just kept breaking down. Then like them old cars, you got to use them, man. And because I'm not a mechanic, when something simple would go wrong, I'd have to call someone in, give them 500 quid to fix the stupid little problem. And I fell out in love with it because I was like, well, I'd rather just buy something new.
It's long, isn't it?
Long, man, and it was cool, but it had enough then, so I sold it, man. It was an investment. I earned a few quid in it.
You replaced it with a new toy or not yet?
No.
You recently got married, didn't you?
Recently got married, yeah.
That's your new toy, so... She's watching, she's like, this guy's a prick.
Recently got married. Just enjoying myself. We had nice honeymoons. Had a good time in Vegas, didn't we? Stuff like that.
It was all about the stag do, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all about the stag do, to be fair.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Are you married as well?
Yes.
Long time, or...?
Married for 7 years.
So did you do the whole stag thing as well?
Yeah, but more low-key than Harry. Harry's more in your face.
Oh, really?
I was went to Eastern Europe for 2 days.
Oh, really?
Harry did Vegas for 7.
Was that scary in Eastern Europe?
No, it's just a great time.
Yeah, when people say Eastern Europe to me, I think of that film. You know that film where people get taken and then one
Hostel.
man said, I've got a special set of skills. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to get kidnapped and sold.
Nothing like that.
Sold for my caramel meat. That's sweet.
No, it's a good crack that was, to be fair. It was Prague, and then we went, and obviously mine was in Vegas. And I took 25 of us out there, and it was just chaos, man.
Yeah. So that's where you guys are at now. So like jet setting, got a good life. I see pictures of you with helicopters. You guys you smash it? Like people, would you say people look up to you?
No, I think people think both of us were very spoilt and live off of Dad's money.
Is that the case?
No.
Yeah, I know it's not the case. So let's rewind now. Yeah. So growing up, obviously your family name carried a lot of weight around Birmingham.
There's loads of us.
There's literally
Dad's got
shitloads of you.
17 cousins or something, isn't he?
61st cousin.
61, that's, yeah. I get added on Facebook now by Turonis I've never met and don't even know. Just like
Where's the name Turoni from?
Bombardier, Italy.
You guys are proper like mafioso.
Lombardia.
Lombardier, but I don't know.
So if I like call you a prick, I'll wake up with a horse's head next to me in the morning.
We actually have just been to Milan to look at a new machine, which I imagine we'll go into later. But it's very local to the area that we came to, and the guys that were at the factory didn't know any Turonis, but they knew of a name. It's probably like Smith here. Do you know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
Over in
Over there it's not, but here it's going to be.
Yeah, unusual.
Yeah, no, that's good. So let's rewind. So obviously, growing up as a kid, you would have been your family were in scrap from since I was a kid. I know the Turoni scrapyards. In fact, my parents know your grandparents. My grandparents know your grandparents. Yeah. It goes way back. So as a kid, did you ever think both of you were going to get into the family business, or did you think, nah, fuck that, I'm going to do my own thing?
I was always destined for the scrapyard.
Really?
Yeah. I loved it ever since I was 6, 7. Every Saturday, off school, I was down there.
Like what
in
age?
the lorries,
Like
6 onwards.
Oh, like primary school?
Yeah. Only on weekends. No, I didn't miss school.
You weren't cropping copper up at 6 though, were you? You were just with Dad.
I was in the lorries. I enjoyed it. It was better than staying at home.
Richard's there loading cans into a baler at 6 years
I was
old.
driving at 7.
My granddad had a place in Jamaica called Williams Auto Spares, and they used to have like auto parts and shit, and I used to sit on a chair and get a steering wheel, a lorry steering wheel, and pretend I was driving. I was probably about 6 or something, so
But any spare time,
I can relate to that shit.
any spare time I was down there, I've loved it from an early age, and I was always destined. That was me. Whereas Harry is touch and go at one point. Yeah.
So you know when you was at school and they were teaching you about Pythagoras' theorem and all that shit, were you thinking, I don't care, I'm going to strip a car and sell the scrap? Yeah.
School for me was a bit of a waste of time, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah. You know your mates at school, are you still in touch with them all?
Only a couple of them.
A few of them?
Yeah, a few of them.
Did you get any hate at school because you were...
No, not really.
No?
I was a likeable lad, you know what I mean?
You used to beat people up, yeah, steal their lunch money.
No. I enjoyed school. I saw it out to the end. And
Yeah.
then I started at work. I think 15 or 16. I was down the yard.
Were you getting paid properly at the... because being a family business or whatever, or
at
is it
age,
not
it was
like
just
that?
I was getting wages because I was working every day.
Yeah.
But
were you treated any different to like the other
I
lads?
started at the bottom. Sweep that, move that.
Yeah.
I started. That's why I know the trade inside out, because I started from the bottom.
Yeah.
I know every aspect.
There's nothing in the yard.
I can't do.
That neither of us can't.
And then
do.
you come along and you're like, fuck
Yeah,
you.
so there's
lot.
9 years between Richard and I. I went.
Were you the same though during school? Were you thinking, right, I'm destined for?
I went through a phase where I really wanted to be in the army.
Oh, really?
Probably most of the teens, really.
Why?
I don't know. Just liked it. I've always been into like it. Don't know.
Just
Really.
wanted to shoot people.
Yeah. And I wanted to go. I went to Repton and Derby, which is a boarding school.
Yeah.
And they had a really. They had good connections with the Sandhurst, the military university down London. But you go straight in as an officer then, rather than like a private or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that's what I always thought I'd do. I went for interviews with my mum and really took it serious.
Oh, were your family supportive of it?
Mum and Dad have always been like, we'll do whatever you want to do, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, lots of 14, 15, 16 odd, and I just literally just went off it. I thought, what the hell am I going to do that for? Going to get shot or, I don't know, I just literally overnight just went off it.
Yeah.
And then all my mates at that school were like, I want to be a doctor, a lawyer. And I remember once there was a university day we went, they were talking about what universities to go to and signing you up and things like this. And I said to my housemaster, I was like, I ain't going to that. I was like, why?
Housemaster? It sounds like some Harry Potter shit. What's going on?
Yeah, well, it is.
What's it at uni or?
No, it's school. This was. I went to boarding school.
Oh, you get a housemaster?
Yeah, you get like so.
Oh, so you had to sleep there, or?
Yeah, you had to sleep there. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So you're not Hogwarts, right?
Yeah.
They're like Slytherin and the Gryffindor.
Yeah.
That's what.
Really?
Yeah.
That's mental. Did your parents just not like you or something?
To be honest with you, I think looking back now, I think look, the parents were introduced to the private school through a friend of theirs.
Yeah.
Never really thought about it. It wasn't a case that they could or couldn't afford it before with Rich and Haley. It wasn't a case of that.
Yeah.
They didn't really know about it.
Yeah.
And then a friend of mine, who was actually a neighbour at the time, you know, his mum sent him there and said to my mum, you know, send Harry. And mum went there and liked it, and I'll see you in 3 months.
Oh, really?
I was about 8 or something like that.
Any excuse.
Just to get rid of him.
So,
do you think that's why you grew up with knowing you're destined to do that, because you lived and breathed it, whereas you were away from it?
Yeah, it's true. We did have a different sort of upbringing.
Yeah.
Do you look at him and think, you little bastard, you had it easy? Tell the truth.
He's
It's all coming out now! Exclusive.
No, he left school at 19 after straight on the keyboard, didn't you?
pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
What do you mean, keyboard?
No, like, so when I left school, like Richard said earlier, we both started from like the bottom in the yard, which is 100% true.
Yeah.
Like, sweeping, like just cropping copper, like the jobs that... The thing is, we can't be in charge and not know how to do those things. It doesn't work, it doesn't go. Like, I could jump in a crane today if I had to and move stuff, and I could do all that sort of thing. And I suppose, you know, as it's like your firm at the end of the day, you invest more of your effort into it and things like that. And then before you know it, we're both running like just our own little sections of it in terms. Maybe it's the age thing now, but I'm a bit more computer literate than you are. So we just got into our own little sections involved in it, and we work really, really well together now.
Yeah.
So it just goes, it's hand in hand. It's just brilliant.
Yeah. So you when did you think, right, I'm not going to do the army thing?
Probably about 15, 16, and I just thought, I couldn't tell you why, I just thought not for me anymore.
And was the family business like a default, right, I'll just do that
I think
then?
so. I didn't have an idea what I wanted to do. I wasn't interested. I think when I was growing up, I wasn't interested in anything. Didn't have an interest in it. Maybe it was handed. Maybe I did have it too easy when I was a teenager, because I just couldn't care less about anything.
Really?
Sports. Just.
Well, that's kind of normal as a teenager, like...
Go on, where's the joke?
Yeah, go on, spill the beans.
No, I haven't got a joke. Just laughing at him.
I was a right little fat kid.
Really?
Yeah. And then...
Is that why you didn't care about sport?
Probably, yeah. It's probably went hand to hand, didn't it? Shit at sport, became fat, was fat, shit at sport.
How did you was fat, just like ate the wrong shit, or...?
Just lifestyle choice, mate. Yeah, see, Repton it's really good, but you get a lot of free time. And if you're not... And the school itself will put a lot of effort into the pupils if they're putting effort in. So, because I didn't care, and a couple of my pals at school didn't care, we were just like, you had like a full Tuesday and a Thursday afternoon off, you didn't do anything. You went to do sport. So I'd sign up to badminton with my mate.
Yeah.
Because I knew that it was the furthest away from school, because it was like a village the school was. So we'd walk there, sign in, and just fuck off around the back and sit in the field for 2 hours smoking.
Really?
Yeah, that was it. Just
cigarettes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have a cig in that. But like I was like bad. It's like you get. Like,
I was going to say private school. And
yeah, so we'd sneak off, hide behind the bushes smoking.
Yeah.
And then luckily, I've stayed really, really close friends with a few of the lads that are local to me at home.
Yeah.
And then after school, because we were all a bit lost, didn't have any sort of like activities or stuff we like to do, we ended up just going to the pub every night.
Really? I worry about this. So my daughter goes to a private school, I'm not going to say which one, and I always, because I didn't have that life at all, but my missus did, like her dad did well, and all of them lot went to private school as well. And I said to her, but are we not going to make her a little spoilt little prick? Like, is she not going to be like a little bit sheltered and then rebel when she leaves and start fucking doing drugs? I feel bad even saying that. I know. Do you know the reality could be that? But
loads of kids that I know that went to school have had really easy lives. Really? Like, they've left school. I'm 27 now, so I've been left almost 10 years, and I know that they haven't done a day's work since then.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, isn't it? I never had that opportunity, so straight down the yard.
The child is in the upbringing.
Of course it is, yeah.
I think for my 18th birthday, I said to my dad, can you pay for... There's about 6 of my mates, you and a couple of your mates, wasn't it? I was like, can you pay... My birthday, I want you to pay for all of us to go to Benidorm for like 4 or 5 days, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So my dad paid for it all, and he gave me about 400 quid for the week. And that was literally the day we broke up, left school. It was like, that was a week's holiday. And I remember getting back on like the Saturday, and that was it. And I was in work Monday. That was it. So I left school. I had 4 days off, and then that was it. Down the yard.
Really? Because I've always had the notion of, if you're born with, let's just say, silver spoon, spoon fed, you've actually got a disadvantage. And that if you're born into, like, you know, your family ain't really got shit, or not even got shit, like if you've not got the right motivation or mindset from your parents. Yeah.
My kids see me go to work every 6 days a week. Leave the house at 5, 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
So that's normal to them. So they'll figure that when they're older.
Yeah.
I think it's very important to have work installed into you.
Yeah, so even though you guys come from, money, you still taught the values of hard work.
You work for it every day.
Oh, yeah, nothing. It's quite easy. I could have left school and just been a dosser. Easy, but we wouldn't have anything.
Yeah.
Nothing's handed to you, even though you come from a privileged background. You've still got to actually put some effort into everything.
Yeah. Yeah, so going back to that, so the whole silver spoon thing, I often say if you come from a rich family and it's handed to you on a plate, you're at a disadvantage because you don't know what it's like to struggle. Whereas if you come from the struggle, you're at an advantage because you know where you don't want to go back to. But it sounds like in your case, you're like in the middle.
You're very lucky, but we work every day.
Yeah.
All we've got, we work for.
Was your dad hard on you like both or?
He's hard on me. He's a bit soft on Harry.
Yeah.
The youngest child, though, maybe.
Well, lucky, yeah.
You know when you started like trying to be a like a socialite or an influencer or like a personality, putting yourself out there. Were your family or your parents like, what
Just
the hell
laughed,
are you doing?
man, just laughed.
Thought you was a bit of a joker.
Just laughed about
Didn't take
it.
it seriously. I never.
But it's a serious thing now, isn't it?
Serious thing now,
Amazing.
yeah.
That's why I've kept up with him.
Yeah.
All this because it's so great for advertising.
Yeah.
Our company has gone so far.
Yeah, man. Obviously, we haven't got we haven't got a million subscribers on this sort of stuff, and the videos get 10 to 50,000 views. It's not massive, but the business and the networking side of it that's come with the whole. I think my dad said to me the other day, "Gave me a Yellow Pages bill," and he was like doing like 4,000 a week on Yellow Pages, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
I bet most people don't even know what Yellow Pages are.
So it's just like it's like a book that everyone used to have a copy, didn't there? It would be like an advert for your company. And if you needed like a builder, you go in the Yellow Pages and you look at builders. And
Yellow Pages. How old are you?
36.
So you're like my age. Oh, well, I'm 37. So like you're like my age. Remember the Yellow Pages joke at school? Yeah. Your mum's so short she has to stand on the Yellow Pages. Kids, you remember that one? Yeah, it's fucked, man. Yeah, Yellow Pages, like it was just a fucking joke.
I thought it's Facebook. I never really thought YouTube at the time, and then it was like we need to focus on that, man. And the scrap game is very interesting. Like it's wild. Every day is a different day.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, some days are boring.
Would you say it's hard for anyone to get into? So there might be somebody watching this now saying, "Do you know what? I want to be like these guys." Is it possible?
It is. Of course, it's possible, but it's a very, very heavily licensed and like.
And do you need a lot of dough to get in?
You need a lot of money, man.
It's just the machinery, equipment.
Yeah.
Licenses.
Yeah.
If you was able to get a site, all the machinery, everything, you need the knowledge.
Yeah.
For us, it's passed down to us, we know it.
But we've also then changed the business from the way my dad used to run it. And now you've got to keep up now with 2020. There's loads of yards out there that are 10 years behind. And, you know, they've always made good livings in that, but you can see them now slowly, like, they're not keeping up. And it might not be now, but in 5 years' time, I can't see them all surviving, man. Because the industry's changing, in new licenses, you need, like, to be on top of the game. If you're not on top of it, you're going to get left behind eventually.
What about, like, if I just needed to make some extra money and I thought, do you know what, I'll get a van and I'll collect scrap and come and bring it to you. Yeah. Do you need a licence for that?
You do, yeah. You need a waste collector's licence.
Can anyone get that, though?
You can do, yeah. You just apply for it, pay for it.
So do you think you're going to see a rise in that because of this whole cost of living?
There was a rise in it over COVID because the price. So during COVID, everything crashed. The whole market's crashed. And then after COVID, then because the world like kick-started again and manufacturing started happening and blah blah blah, the world was like trying to catch up with what it lacked for the last 18 months. So the prices went through the roof. Didn't
so
they?
Do you guys make a lot more money in COVID?
Not really, because your margins are the same. Doesn't really matter what the
you
price
just got more
of
volume.
is. Volume, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what? This is a recurring thing. Everyone that we've had on here, we talk about the COVID period. Everyone's like, it was just mental. We were like, that's what blew us up.
So we're key workers, we are. We do a lot of Birmingham City Council waste and things.
Yeah.
So I think if the first day we closed down happened, we didn't know where we stood, so we shut, didn't we, for like one day, and then we had like some factories and like
we had
the
3 days
council.
off in total,
yeah, the factory. Where are you?
So
like,
you guys didn't get to do the whole dancing on TikTok, being a prick, drinking. You were working.
But then we didn't know whether we could open to the public, so we had to service the factories and the hospitals, the council, things like we had to do them sort of things. And then I remember going to work, obviously because Richard's got his 4 kids and things.
4 kids. Go on, son.
When it was like a case of just letting literally our drivers come in, go and collect and stop the bins and then come back, I'd go and do that. And then you'd be there for 3 hours, let the drivers go out, get the stuff, come back, and then lock up again. And we did that for like a week, and all of a sudden then, the odd customer would turn up, and like, when you open, and like, oh, fucking, well, no one's here, just go and tip your stuff off. And before you know, after about 4 days doing that, I was like, well, for every one customer, we might as well have the lot. And it turns out they're all key workers.
Oh, really?
So that was it then, bang, flooded, and no other scrapyard in Birmingham really opened up during COVID, did they?
Yeah.
No, very good run.
So we had like...
Well, in the second lockdown, I think everyone just did what they wanted, didn't they?
Yeah, and we had 12 months where we were the only scrapyard open, and it was just chaos, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we'd just moved into the new yard.
Yeah.
It's brand new, and it was just heaving straight away.
Do you get? Have you had people come in to the scrapyard and want to see you guys because they see you behind the camera?
Yeah.
And they want to take pictures
It's
of you.
weird.
And all that shit?
I had a bloke bring me a sausage dog once, just to meet my
Oh,
sausage
you
dog.
what?
Sausage dog. I've got sausage dogs.
Oh, fucking hell, I thought you said something else then.
No. My dog's coming to work with me every day,
Yeah.
and he literally came to the window. This sausage dog. Oh, Harry, look, I brought Bruce to meet Frank, and they're going, okay. It's strange, man. It's strange. It's weird. And I got like a bloke who's a doctor, and his son makes him collect scrap in his Tesla because he likes the videos. Then every Saturday they're waiting.
Really?
Like, he only gets a tenner, 20 quid or soon. His dad's obviously loaded, but the kid likes the videos and enjoys doing it with his old man. So there's really nice stuff coming from it.
Have you picked up any weirdo stalkers yet?
Yeah, loads.
Yeah, it's
loads,
a weird thing, isn't it?
We
Yeah.
we had one kid weigh some stuff in.
You know who you are?
We had one kid, what are you doing, how much? So it doesn't matter if you come to us at 7 a.m. or 4 p.m, right?
Yeah.
You get paid at the same time at the end of the day. So at 4:30, we press pay. All the customers get paid at once.
Yeah.
So this bloke's coming at like 12 o'clock. And on our receipts it says, any mistakes, any like issues, anything, please tell us before 4 o'clock. So, you know, if there is a problem, we can rectify it before we pay you.
Yeah.
And phoned us up saying, the money ain't got in. I was like, yes, because it goes in at the end of the day. He's like, you told me instantly. I was like, well, you know, fucking... Well, I wouldn't lie to you. And two, why would I say that and then cause myself aggro knowing you're going to moan about it?
Yeah.
So, and then, all right, mate, fuck you. Well, shut up. It's going to go in at 6. Put the phone down. How many times has he phoned? 20 times. Started emailing me, DMing me.
Oh,
like,
really?
And I was just laughing about it. He's only turned up the day after with the camera.
Really?
He stood there at my office window filming me. And I'm lost for words, man. I'm like, what? This is just... And he's only like a skinny little kid, you know what I mean? Like,
You're just showing him your sausage jug.
and he was going, oh, you're not talking now, all this sort of stuff. And I was just shocked, man. The front on some people's nuts.
Yeah.
And he's there going, you know, you're not giving it the bigger now, are you? And I'm thinking, just put your phone down, mate. You know what I mean? It was Facebook Live in me.
Yeah.
And then he was sending me emails saying he's going to shut us down. Oh, weird.
I think everyone that's on Facebook thinks they've got this power where they can shut any
Yeah,
business
right.
down. Like, you know, fucking Karen slips on a sausage in Asda. She's like, gonna go on Facebook, I'm gonna shut you all down. Like, it's just mental. It's the way that we're living these days.
No, it is strange, isn't it? And you've been seeing that a few times, haven't you? Someone said hello.
A couple of times,
Yeah. Because wasn't you into boxing at one point?
But we both boxed. We both boxed, yeah. It's how I lost all my weight originally.
I remember that now. Yeah, who did you box?
Just amateur. No one.
Did you beat anyone up? Have you lost any boxing?
Yeah, about half and half, man.
Yeah.
That amateur game, it's not. You know, if you ever meet a pro, like a professional boxer that had a long amateur career, they'll tell you that the amateur career isn't about sort of. Obviously, it's great to win every single one.
Yeah.
But the amateurs is where you learn your craft, and obviously, it doesn't really matter your record until you hit the pros. That's where it's like your own is what is what.
My pals, we're going to a boxing match on Saturday. Actually, my mate James, he was on Geordie Shore. He's fighting some guy called Callum. I don't know who he is, but he said he told me I was speaking to him the other day, and he said for the last 3 months he's been training, eating, sleeping, everything like an actual professional fighter. He goes, it's just next level.
It was too much when I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah,
I did it when I left school.
Yeah.
For about 3 years.
All right. So are you two the first to box in your family, or was it?
No, it was my dad's cousins. My dad didn't box, did he? But a lot of the Turonis in general, it's been a big sport for. My granddad used to promote shows and things.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've always loved it, haven't we?
Yeah. So let's talk about the Queen. So the Queen tried to shut you down, didn't she? Technically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Yeah. What's happened with all that, or what was? Because you guys were popping up, not you personally, but the Turoni name was all over the news at one point.
Yeah, it's a very testing few years, really.
Well, it's still going on, isn't it?
Still have been paid. Been in talks with them since 2011.
Really,
First
that's a long
letters came
time.
through,
And this is obviously HS2.
Yeah. So what did you get, a compulsory purchase order?
Yeah, on freehold land.
Yeah.
So it's ours. We've run a business on it for like 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
We want it. Okay, you can have it, but we need the money off the land to buy new premises, obviously.
Yeah.
So we went to Parliament twice.
Yeah.
Promised early advance payment.
Really?
Walked away happy, thinking fine. But no, they just ticked the box. No intention of paying you.
Really?
So we were tolerable trespassers for 3 years.
Really?
On our own land.
On our own land.
They just go to the title deed.
Did that
and
open
change
your
them.
eyes and make you think, do you know what, we don't actually own anything in this country? It's
you
mental,
don't-
isn't it, when
you
you
don't
look
own
at it?
anything, man.
Like, you pay for a house,
Yeah.
like, technically the difference between renting and having a mortgage, in my eyes, is you can paint the walls if you own it, whatever colour you want. Because someone can come along and say, well, actually, we want to build a train track there, so see you later, goodbye.
So there you go. Luckily we found new premises, moved. Very stressful. Still not been paid.
So, but they've taken your land?
Yeah, 3 years ago, yeah.
They've started doing stuff with it?
They've spent more on the land now than what they owe us in total on temporary offices and tarmac. And they've done a good job of it, but it's just
So
temporary.
who is it that actually owes the money? Is it the
So it's not a government. It's not technically a government-run body. It's like an independent one, and that's why they're being so. That's why they're causing so much trouble.
So what's the reason for not paying you? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
It's
Like,
just that's their process.
Yeah, they're just. I think there's been that many backhands going on at the start.
yeah,
They thought, Christ, we've overdone it here.
and they've run out of
The
money.
pot's empty.
Yeah,
We need to get some money back. So they've literally been robbing stuff.
really.
They owe 16,000 people still. And they've
Yeah.
spent 100
Is it a
million.
considerable amount of money that they owe you, or
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
fat wedge?
It is.
So do you think your platform or anything's made a difference, or
To be
do
honest
they,
with you, at the end
do
of
they
the-
know that you guys are a little bit known out there?
They
or-
don't
They don't give a
fuck,
shit.
man. Just couldn't care less.
That's
Don't matter
just
who you
mad.
are. Don't matter
You'd have thought being on, because I seen your dad on like
on
the news, and I was like,
we did a protest outside the Hatchester building.
We've had a go, do you know what I mean? But they're just, at the end of the day, there's not like one person in charge.
yeah.
So it's not like somebody's going to get all the stick for it. There's 2,000 people that work for HS2 and it's just divided, but no, they couldn't care less, man.
Have you not all come together?
Yeah, 7 of us have.
Yeah.
We've had MPs on it and everything. like,
MPs,
there's
everything.
no,
Went to Parliament twice.
Really?
there's no force.
They don't care.
Oh, right. Bring
We're
up
very,
old
very
Boris
fortunate.
Johnson. Say, right, bod. Going
I
on.
know, we're very fortunate to get a
We
new.
tried every avenue we could.
Really?
Boris Johnson's dad lived within half a mile of the track.
Yeah.
He got paid out within 10 weeks.
Yeah, well, he would do, wouldn't he? Yeah.
It's not what you know, so you know.
Yeah, that's
Mad.
just mental. Is who
But
you know.
luckily, it never stopped us. We're still going.
But to self-finance a new yard,
Yeah.
then build it,
Yeah.
and then, like for example, we never had a new lorry until like 2 years ago because you could go and blow 120 grand on a wagon when we knew that we might need that 120 grand to buy new premises in the next 5 years. So for 4 or 5 years, we were running crap wagons around thinking, no, we need to save every penny we got. And then all of a sudden now we've got a new site, we're doing well for ourselves, we've upgraded the fleet. I mean, we are doing well, aren't we? But it's just hard work, man.
Yeah, that's what people don't realise. Do you get hate? People thinking, oh yeah, you lot are minted.
I do on social media sometimes. They just don't get it, man.
But people don't understand the hardship you've actually got to go through. Like you say, the brand's been going for 70 years.
Yeah.
Like somebody started that. Who started it? Was it your granddad?
grandfather.
Yeah. Started it, and now look, you guys are bringing it to a whole
That's
new
right,
level. Flying out. What are you doing? You're going international then? How come you're doing this?
We bought a new, it's called a shear baler. So, if you ever see on the films, TV shows, that they have the big car crushers and they make the cars in these little blocks.
Yeah.
So we've just bought, like, one of the biggest you can buy, which will open doors for us for easier, faster, more efficient,
That's like a big grinding thing that you see.
Just
in
like-
Two
yeah.
big lids, you fill the box, lids
Yeah.
close, and it pushes. and
compresses it
chops.
all up and then chops it.
Really?
So you
People ain't
can-
messing with you. Fuck.
So you can
that.
put,
You
like,
got one of them?
I'll put 2 cars in it at once and it'll bail them up. But
Yeah.
that was like 1.3 million quid just in that itself.
Bloody hell.
Then you've got obviously
How do you finance something like that?
just business finance, mate. Yeah, you got big deposits and things like this, and you got to tighten your belt for a few months.
Yeah.
If you have to sell stuff, you sell stuff and get the capital in, and then you obviously make the jump.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, the thing's on order, and you're thinking, "Fucking hell, I've got to pay for that next month now." And then that's it. You want it. Yeah.
No way.
As daft as it sounds, what Dad said to me the once said, if you wait for everything until
If you wait until you can afford it.
if you wait until you can afford it, you'll never have it.
Yeah.
There's things out there like finance,
Yeah.
and that is there to be used. Now, it's not a bad thing to finance something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
100%.
Why would you spend 1.3 million on something when you could do like 300 and 400 grand and then use the other 800
to
put into other stuff?
Yeah, no, it's true. There's a stigma around finance.
Yeah,
people are like, they're almost too proud to say, oh yeah,
So
finance it because I think it's a fail. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Like these people driving around in all these fast cars and shit, you think they shout out all they do? No, don't be silly.
I'd rather pay like £1,000 a month for something than have a minus 100 grand in the bank, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got both then, haven't you, really?
Yeah.
But this machine will take us, catapult us into the...
Really? Yeah. No one else in the country?
Yeah, there's bigger ones in the UK and that, mate, yeah, there is.
But no one in Birmingham?
Not like a family-owned and run business.
It's all like the big international scrapyards that like government ran and funded and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, but we're really, really proud. We're really excited.
Have you got plans to expand?
Yes, but I mean, it's like the talks are there. We've got an idea of what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Just implementing it and actually getting a plan together.
Has it been handed over now? Are you guys basically?
No, not yet. Dad's still Dad's hobby is the scrapyard.
Yeah.
He will be 75. Like he'll be happy to curl over at his desk at the scrapyard.
Yeah. So how does the monies work then? You just draw salaries.
Yeah,
and pretty much just like you work hard, so if you need something, you just get it. Kind of.
No, just get like normal wages, salaries, and that.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to actually properly taking over?
Yeah, man.
Who's going to take over, both of you or you? Or are you going to fight for it?
Us, no.
What we should do is do a celebrity fight.
You
two fight.
He's already broke my nose.
Has he? Really?
Yeah.
No, is it actually?
Who'd win in a fist fight if he got serious? Really? Because he's your older brother, you can't.
No man's up, mate. He'd batter me.
Yeah.
Rich is so much more calmer than me, yeah, and so much more like.
It's the calm, quiet ones. What do they say? Empty vessels make the most noise.
I've seen him lose his temper, mate. I get on the other side of that.
Really?
No, luckily though.
And now you've got one of them gangster grinders. Throw someone in that, they're fucked, aren't they? Gone in 60 seconds, literally.
They'll be in Turkey within 4
No,
hours.
luckily we get on really
Really? In a bale?
Luckily we get on really well. And
Yeah.
It's our partnership which brings such value to the business.
Yeah.
We both offer different things.
Yeah.
But with both of us at the helm,
Yeah.
we can go far.
Yeah.
And I've seen it, too many families fall out and it's no good. You've got to stick together, haven't you?
Yeah, that's refreshing to hear because there's lots of family business out there where it doesn't work.
It doesn't work like...
And have you got, I mean, you don't have to say, but is there jealousy within your family as well, between some of you?
Just normal families.
Yeah.
We've got a big family, mate.
Big family.
Yeah.
And
a lot of Turonis in the Midlands.
But not all of you are in the scrap
lazy
game,
fuckers, man.
No. We're like the main, like the family Turoni tree. We are the main branch. You know what I mean? There's hundreds of different offsprings, and we're one of the main.
Yeah.
Loads of them are just lazy doll merchants and that. And they love it. But that's it, man. So
yeah.
And then they look at us and think, these are nice Mercedes. Well, I've done 50, 60 hours this week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's like we used to it, aren't we?
Yeah.
They've always
It works installed into us now. I can't even have a line on a Sunday because I'm just that used to getting up.
You got to get up.
Just work.
Yeah. So for your kids, do you think? Would you want them?
They've got the option.
Yeah.
As they get older, they can come.
How old are they? How old's your youngest?
I've got a 3 to 12. My
Yeah.
daughter's 12. And my lads are 3, 6, and 9.
Yeah.
And but they all do football on the weekends, and their time's filled up. They don't really come down as much as maybe they should, but as they get older, they're welcome to.
It's a choice.
And it's
nice.
enjoy
Yeah.
they can have a go.
It's nice to see Rich put the effort in with like on a Saturday, you go take your kids to football. And
Yeah, they all do football.
Because you never did that really, did you, for years?
Over the last year now, I've put more effort into them.
Yeah.
My daughter's 12, and I've not done a great deal with her.
Yeah.
So now, all of a sudden, every Saturday now, I take them to the hobbies.
Yeah.
I still go and open up. And
It's important, isn't it? Yeah.
It is important.
Yeah, very important. Yeah, I make sure that I do the scoring every single morning without fail.
Yeah,
Because it's
nice.
important.
We're there at
talk.
6, aren't we? So it's a bit
Yeah,
like...
I can't do scorers, but I try. I'll take them to football and that, so.
I'm a better dad than you.
Yeah, probably.
Now he's going to batter me. What about you? You got plans for kids?
Oh, God. Ask me missus, man.
Has she got plans for kids?
Yeah, of course she is. We're married now, so of course she is, yeah.
Or is the only sausage in the house the dog?
I wish it was, mate. I wish it was. I'm just too mature, man. I'm just too chaotic and immature. But I think
That's a good thing, though.
it is what it is.
Were you like this before, or
No.
because kids kind of do calm you down a little bit?
I did about 9 of them then.
You got to grow up like instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did about 9 kids.
My wife fell pregnant, and that week I was looking at houses to buy, moving out.
Yeah.
And my mum and dad said, "Listen, that's it. You're a man now.
You're a man now. Yeah.
See you later." That was
Really?
the story,
And you just had to sort it out.
Just had to sell everything I got, deposit for a house.
They didn't give you the deposit?
No, sold everything I got, cars.
Because other people watching thinking, yeah.
No. And that's it. I got a house in Tamworth Way.
Yeah.
Moved a few times since then and ended up where I've ended up.
Yeah. Nice.
That was it, mate, so.
It'll be the same for you.
Petrifies me.
What about do you think once you do have kids, you'll be like, oh, I'm going to calm down on the social media, stop doing that?
No.
Or
I'm going to have a family channel.
Family channel?
Yeah.
You'll have like, what's that little kid? What's that? Well, you'll know about this. What's that kid? Ryan's toy review.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
Millions
Do your
of
kids
subscribers.
watch kids play with toys?
Yeah.
How weird is that?
They watch people playing games, they watch people, do you know the little toy cars?
Yeah.
Race down a track and they're just all there like that.
Yeah. My daughter watches a kid playing with a toy and she's got that toy and I'm like, why don't you just play with your toy? She's like, no, I'm watching that kid play with the toy. I'm like,
I'm interested to see where like your kids will be in 10 years' time with growing up with the latest tech.
I know, my 3-year-old can put his code in and works an iPad.
it's mental, isn't it? It's different. It is different.
I think my nephew said to me the other day, what did he say to me today? He was on about Snapchat or something, and I've never like used it. And I think I'm quite modern and down to it. And he's only 13. And he was all I can't remember what happened was. He was talking about something. And I was like, what? And all of a sudden, it was the first time in my life I ever felt old.
Yeah. Do you know what? That happened to me recently. So I thought I was down with the cool kids. I was like, yeah, I'm still young.
I've got an Instagram. I mean,
yeah, I'm sick. Yeah, I'm a sick guy. And then like I've got young people that work for me, like in their early 20s, and they're like making me feel old. They're like even down to like fucking taking the piss out of my jeans. They're like, now you've got to wear cargo pants now. Like, see, we're the same age. He's got some cargos on. And like all that shit, I'm like, I don't know. And like, I know you can't say that. That's not cool. Or don't write that caption. That's dumb. And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I think it's cool, but we're just old now, aren't we? But I suppose with age comes wisdom. So, you know,
that's why we're a good duo, you see, because he's brought all this aspect to the forefront.
Yeah,
which is fantastic.
Yeah,
that Instagram.
Do you have to rein him in sometimes, or
sometimes? Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to go through the editing.
This is where it all comes
Cut
out.
that out, don't we?
Yeah, have you got to be? Are you conscious about protecting your brand? Like you got to say, like I used to have. People might not know this, but my Instagram used to be quite big, and I used to because I've always been labelled as someone that's got no filter. I'll just say it as it is. Like I don't really care.
I could probably be more. It's a hard one, man.
I'm very opinionated, but now because I represent a brand, I can't be. Is that the same with you?
I'm very careful of. Exactly.
You're careful. I'm less careful.
He doesn't care that much. But
I've already been in the shame page. I don't really bothered.
Really, but do you not think that sometimes it could cause problems with like other businesses or like?
You got to be careful.
Yeah, probably care. I wouldn't have an opinion like I wouldn't have an opinion on a subject because what my opinion is probably wouldn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
So I think when it comes to our YouTube, it would just be down to things the way we run our company. I don't think we're not an opinionated channel like that. Are we? We don't talk about things.
I don't think an opinion's a bad thing though. Like if I think people that wear pink socks are stupid, that's my opinion. I'm not saying that that's the case, but like,
that's right.
Don't you feel like the world's gone a little bit like? It's gone a bit weird, hasn't it?
Soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How like? Because obviously you guys are generational. So, do you think how you were brought up? Do you think that's even possible to pass down to your kids now?
I do, yeah. My kids just run right, really. We don't have loads of rules in the house. As long as they go to bed at a decent time and do the schoolwork, then we're happy.
Yeah.
We're not too strict at all.
Oh, that's good. That's refreshing to hear. And you was off at Hogwarts, so are they going to have? Do you want that for your kids?
Yeah.
The Hogwarts thing, or really?
Yeah.
Trust me, you say that now, but you're going to feel weird. Like if I was to send my daughter off, I'd be like I remember the first day she went to school. I was a nervous wreck. I was like, I wonder what she's doing.
You got to remember,
I want to ring the school and like what she's
doing.
You
got to remember, I did the whole thing.
Yeah.
All of my mates I'm still close to, they did the same thing.
So it's normal for you.
So it's just school to me is boarding school. I've never known anything different. And I imagine if me and my friendship group all start having kids at the same sort of time. Obviously, if you can afford it, it's just going to be like a natural path. Yeah. And you got to think as well. It's
not actually even a real rich people thing, you know. The way I rationalise it to people is, you probably get most people in England go to the pub, don't they, or they go out and get pissed over the weekend. It's going to amount to or they buy expensive clothes and do dumb shit. Like realistically, to send your kid to a private school, is just exactly the same as just don't do that, and that money can pay for that. It's not actually that expensive. So people, well, maybe Hogwarts is fucking ridiculous because you've got to pay for like board and did they feed you as well?
Yeah. So obviously you live there.
What were they feeding you? You said you was a fat kid. What the fuck? It's their fault. Let's sue them.
It was all right, man. It was all right. No, it wasn't their fault because I had a lazy lifestyle at school and I used to get pocket money off my parents. That'd last you the week, sort of thing.
Would you have like a tuck shop there as well?
Yeah, there'd be a tuck shop and a spa and stuff like that. You'd
a
come
spa at school?
Well, the school is a village. There's local people walking around and that. Like, you're in the middle of a village. So there used to be like a couple, you couldn't go to them, but there used to be like a few pubs.
Like the size of Hereford?
Probably, yeah. We're probably far off.
Really?
And then, there's probably 600 kids there. And you used to just like live in a village. It was mad.
That sounds wicked. That actually does sound quite good.
You got to remember, you're paying for that, so they would then have to reinvest money. We had like the best, newest science department in the country. Actually, we had a full theatre. So if your kid was interested in arts or design or whatever, like it's the place to go. If you know
do you think that gave you a good, solid mindset to understand that you wanted to strive for like good things, or do you think it made no difference?
I don't think it did until I left school. I've had like two personalities. I have.
Oh really?
I had like Fat Harry.
Farry.
And then I've had like the last 5 years where I've grown into myself.
Yeah.
I was a totally different kid 6 years ago.
I think we all go through that though.
Yeah.
Like I was a little dickhead as a kid. I was a little dickhead as a teenager. I was a little dickhead up until about 10 minutes ago, to be fair.
And like I say, you meet people and you think, I want what he's got, or not a jealousy thing, but you see someone, you think,
I can have that.
I can do that.
Yeah.
And then you just got to sort of
believe in yourself to actually.
Yeah,
I know it sounds cheesy, but it's again, this is a common theme. Like we had a guy on yesterday who started working for his next door neighbour, making some software shit for 300 quid a month, and he at 16, and by the age of 21, he'd done 3 million quid. Yeah, it's mad, and like I was like, well. How did that happen? He's like, do you know what? I just believed in myself because I saw someone else do it. And it sounds like such a cheesy thing to say, but it's actually like the easiest thing to do is just believe in yourself. But I guess other factors going in and whatever can make you not believe in yourself. But like, we'll go back to networking. So you guys, I would imagine, have got a pretty solid network as well, right?
For the scrap side of it, we've got a good network. Yeah, we know. It's a weird one. Scrap's a funny industry. Like, you've got your own yard and you've got your own contracts and your own factories, and that's all top secret because you don't want another yard to go and poach that customer, for example. And then obviously you've got your 5 or 6 different people that you want to work with, sell to, buy off. And it's still quite an old-fashioned trade. It's not just about who's paying the most money. It's like cash flow pays the quickest.
Yeah.
Because we're dealing with the public want paying every day.
Yeah.
So you could get a better price of someone, but wait 30 days on the invoice. So then for
fair.
that 30 days, you've got to pay all of them, all your customers on a daily basis. So, you know, you've got to take. There's loads of stuff to consider, isn't there?
Yeah. Would you look at because obviously you make money? Would you guys look at investing in other things? Are you going to branch out into maybe property, other businesses, boxing school, make your own Hogwarts?
I don't know. Maybe when I'm older, I'll be more interested in helping.
Yeah.
At the moment, though, we're just
focused on just like
we're really busy.
Back into the business.
Build
it. Nice machinery.
Yeah.
And you can concentrate on the things.
Yeah, we don't have much time. As in, like to come here today for like 2 hours or something. It's quite a big deal.
Yeah.
To leave the yard.
Yeah.
And I guarantee we'll get back and we'll both have loads of stuff.
Did it all fall apart while he was away, or was it really smooth?
No,
really? Just send him away again.
Yeah, please.
You know what's funny about our places? Like Richard, he's
getting serious now. He said Richard, not Rich.
He's so like in control of the running of it in terms of the lads, and you can tell the lads what to do, can't you?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not that I can't, but they respect him.
Do you
more.
Do you think in their head they still see fat kid?
No, they just see a young, confident 27-year-old who's they think
age does help as you
get older, of course, yeah.
Yeah, but age doesn't mean shit. Like,
The lads really
you try to tell someone 40 who's been in the scrap game 10 years at 27 how to do something, they hate it.
Yeah, no, but you're where you are and they're where they are, so maybe they need to listen.
You can't have that attitude to them, man, because they are. without them, you are nothing.
You wouldn't be able to run your
So
business.
you can't go around with an attitude, man. Everyone's on the same level.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's good stuff.
got some good lads.
You know your stuff, aren't you? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And you got to remember as well.
Do you treat your staff well? Like, do you have like annual parties and all that?
We
kind
do.
of stuff?
Yeah, we try.
We get on with them all.
Like they all came to my wedding and that.
It's nice to. Obviously, it's like a revolving door. We have loads of staff that come, that go, but the actual core members of staff, I couldn't do without them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
You gotta
No,
look after 'em.
it's important.
It is.
It's important. But then it's important to have the fine line as well.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, to make sure they don't make you angry.
But like our staff, they are the ones that are actually spending our money.
Yeah.
Because we are buying things every day. We buy a commodity, which might be copper.
Yeah.
Now you've got to have lads that are on the ball,
Yeah.
ones that are like trustworthy, and you know, honest and just gonna. If a customer brings in 10 kilos of copper, we'll buy 10. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you gotta be careful for
Is
fiddles
it
and
easy
stuff like
for if you had a staff member that wanted to just get on the fiddle? Because
Probably, mate,
easy,
yeah,
is
but-
it easy to rob you like?
that? Yeah, it's not like
You
a.
can't see everything. You keep track of everything.
Really?
We try and keep
But everything
track of
comes
most
out in the end. Do you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
might do it for a month, then something will happen. We will find out,
Yeah.
and then they're obviously sacked then.
Yeah.
So it ain't worth it. But you got to be consistently on them, ain't you?
Yeah, it's just
And all of
intense
them.
every day, but that's what we like.
We're doing hundreds and hundreds of vans a day,
Yeah.
and each van's got 50 things to weigh in, and you got to get it right, and
Yeah.
you got to not make mistakes. And every customer's trying to rob you.
Yeah.
Either
So what, for people that are watching, cost of living crisis, whether it's real or not, fuck knows, but the media is saying that. What scrap has the average household got around their house that they can come in weighing to you guys and get paid the most money? Shit that they don't use, don't really need, but they don't even know is valuable.
wires. I imagine you've got a drawer full of old kettle leads, stuff
Yeah.
like that. That's
Like main socket stuff, yeah?
like that's
not the
like
thin, like...
Any cable, any non-ferrous, anything with copper and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What can you get for like if you... Let's say I had 10 power leads.
It's all about the. See, we don't
5
work
quid,
on
10
we don't
quid.
work on items. It's all weight.
Yeah.
The 10 power. This is where it gets weird now. So, although it's worth £2 a kilo, 10
Yeah.
power leads is like 2 kilos, so £4.
4 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's cost
Do
of
you know
living,
what I mean?
right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or if you
but-
like, if you've redone your bathroom, keep your copper pipes and your brass taps and things like that. That's where your money is then.
Yeah.
Um,
So copper's
Copper's the
what?
most valuable and most sought after, like
Yeah.
easy commodity. You can go into special metals like gunmetal and titaniums and stuff like that.
What about, like an old hairdryer or anything in there valuable?
Just the hairdryer itself is technically like iron alley waste.
yeah.
There's not much in it. Too much plastic.
Washing machine.
Yeah,
old
washing machine's a lot of iron. Yeah, but what the customers do is I get a washing machine. They bring it in. They will then put the washing machine down, and then they will remove the electric motor, remove the copper wiring out of it, remove any other.
Have they got to do that, or
Yeah.
can somebody just rock up to you with a washing machine?
They can drop it as it is. The Romanians
Did you
and
get a
the
bit
other
less
tatters.
money because you've got to do a bit of labour? Or
Yeah,
You're taking the
Valuable stuff out of it.
valuable stuff.
yeah,
Some people just like the lads, the street collectors.
yeah,
They'll strip everything for 2 hours.
yeah,
And they'll maximise the value of their load.
Yeah.
yeah,
If they throw it off, they get 200 quid. If they throw it off and strip it, they could probably get 300 or 400 quid.
yeah,
But they know what they're doing. They've got
Yeah.
the tools to do it.
yeah. And as me, like for example, if I went around my house now and I'm looking for things with copper in, what are the metals? Copper.
anything really. The steel, radiators, stuff like that.
So if I
anything.
turned up with a bootload of just crap,
We
that
have
I'm
it,
like,
we
right,
have
I
it,
was
yeah.
going to take this to the tip.
Yeah.
What's valuable? If I turned up like that,
Yeah, we help you. We
You'd
take
be
all
like,
the
yeah,
valuables,
sweet.
weigh
Yeah.
it for you, and give you a ticket.
there you go, hack. Like,
It's all like
yeah,
it's all documented on a sheet. You'll see a breakdown of like exactly what you've got, and then the price per kilo, your kilo, and then the total. It gives you a tally,
Yeah.
and then obviously you get bank transfer the same day.
there you go. One man's trash is another man's.
It literally is,
Treasure.
yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. So, guys, if you need to make any extra cash, where is it?
Cheston Road.
65 Chester Road, Aston.
What's the postcode?
B75EA.
It's
And
like,
if you've got a sausage dog, bring it to me at Harry's Sausage Dog. He loves it, honestly.
oh, it was weird.
He's
The
getting-
worst thing was that when he came, my dog wasn't even there.
Oh, really? So what did you do? Just like pet it and
yeah.
just have to...
Yeah.
Right, guys, thanks for coming on. I know we had a conversation before about being at the event. Everyone, Harry and Rich have agreed to be at the event for Levelution. It's going to be towards the end of January. If you're a member, you've kind of got most of the information already anyway. These guys have got a lot to talk about in terms of building a brand, building a business, how to utilize cash flow, how to grow your business, and they've got a lot of valuable information for that, so you want to be there. So yeah, thanks for watching. Remember, please, how do they do it? You say it, what have they got to do?
Like, share and subscribe.
Like, share and subscribe. If not, they've got this grinding machine where you fucked, yeah, basically.
Been in Turkey in 2 days.
Yeah, in a bale. Yeah. Right, thanks for watching.